Yah's no joke. Kingdom's no joke. Commandments no joke. Even if you a broke nigga, Yah's no joke. The Ten Commandments no joke. Especially if you a broke nigga. Ain't no joke. Life's no joke. Especially you a broke nigga. What's up? I had to come back with this other video too. And something had dawned on me. What's up, fam? We had to come back again. We had to go. This is the first time we went back to back on videos, but we had to come back with this again. This one was right into that called "Life's No Joke." As I'm reading in the Book of Jasher, we'll go back and find that thing again. I want to share something with you guys, man. Very important. See if we can get somebody involved here. See if somebody will come in. Let's see. So you get some Hebrews invited here. Have a discussion about this. See if somebody come in. See who else like to chit chat, make videos and stuff. Who else? Anybody can come in. But I want to share this. I want to read something to you that people have really been misinterpreting, and it hit me really hard. I'm gonna shoot this to you guys first on Facebook. Alright. And I want y'all to read, and I'm gonna shoot these two things first. Alright. It's gonna come on your screen. It might not come on this screen here, but at the bottom, that's wrong, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Hold on. Add photos. Here we go. Here you go. I'm gonna send you two things. Alright. One in Deuteronomy and one in the Book of Jasher. Alright. And it says the doctrinal outlining of ancient Israel, and those who's black and African Americans who claim to be black Hebrews or black Jews or black Israelites. Now look at the similarities in this. Ancient Israel was scattered throughout the earth. Why? Because the people rejected God's covenant. It was prophesied that Israel would be scattered among the nations of the earth because of the people's wickedness. Now, let us read this. And the Lord smote the three divisions and were there, and he punished them according to their works, Israel, and designs those who said we will ascend to heaven and serve our gods, Israel. They became like dogs and bitches, clowns and Mr. and Mrs. Clowntastic, niggas and niggettes, African Americans, black people, apes, elephants, and those who said we will smite the heavens with arrows, sign up for the American government wars. You know, you send missiles off to space and things of that nature. This is Israel. This is ancient Israel. But it's in the Book of Jasher during the building of Babylon. Now it says this. And his neighbor, the third division, of those who said we will ascend to heaven and fight against them, the Lord scattered them throughout the earth. Now these three divisions, God scattered them out the earth. But this is what he said amongst the Hebrew Israelites as well. Or not the Hebrew Israelites, the Israelites. And those who were left amongst Israel, them they knew and understood the evil which was coming upon them. They forsook the building of building temples to their false gods. So today, Israel is not going to the same temples of the first god of their gods called the church. Israel is not going to the temple of the false god called the masjid. Israel is not going to them things anymore. They ran to, let's read. It says, when they knew and understood the evil which was coming upon them, they forsook the building. No more buildings. The church, the temple, the masjids, they forsook that. They forsook the building, and they also became scattered upon the face of the earth. Let's go back. Ancient Israel was scattered throughout the earth because they rejected God's covenant. And those who were left amongst them, when they knew and understood the evil which was coming upon them, they forsook the building, and they also became scattered upon the face of the earth. Who did that? Those who wanted to smite heaven with arrows, those who wanted to kill the Lord, those who wanted to sin and fight against the Lord. He scattered them throughout the earth. So he put Israel in the same box as the people who wanted to what? This is Jacob's real trouble. His children, get the picture. Father, this is the bigger picture. The Most High is saying to his children, the Adamites, through the story of Jacob, the Israelites, that you're doing the same thing. Adamites, you are children amongst many beasts, and beasts like people. That's not you. Stick with me. They said no. So he had him create a story with Abraham, a friend, Noah. Boom. He repeats the same story with Jacob. He sees that humanity is wrestling with him, so he sends the 70 elders or the 70 angels. This is in the book of Jasher. The 70 angels come, confuse the language. So that one of the 70 angels come to Jacob, can change his name to Israel, because I'm reminding you, Jacob, I reminded you, Israel, you that same nigga who wanted to war and fight against God. That makes a better sense for the story. That makes a whole better sense what Jacob's trouble really is. Jacob's trouble is not what y'all think it is. Jacob's trouble is his children are repeating the same cycle. Repeating the same cycle. Example. I'll give you a prime example. I'm pretty sick because it's my fault. You know, I go for smoking cigarettes and I smoke my medical marijuana. And you know, you be laying in bed, you ain't get a chance to wake it up. Sometimes, you know, you get a little phlegm and it slides down your throat anyway. I know this is disgusting, but I have to be honest with what's going on. And so from my experience, I get bronchitis, I catch pneumonia, and I get really, really sore and achy. That's my fault. Not the cigarettes or the weed, it's my fault because I don't spit it out, put it in a bag, and, you know, discard of it properly. It's poison. Literally, it's poison, toxic. But anyway, long story short, a family member asked me, I thought you were sick because I'm making a video. That don't stop us from talking and thinking, because the energy is more powerful than the sickness. The life is stronger than death. And this is the prime example of what we're talking about when Israel chose death. Jacob didn't choose death. So don't say, well, Israel did this. No, Jacob didn't do shit. God loved Israel like he loved Abraham, like he loved Noah in the story. And he loved Joseph in the story. He didn't love Judah like that in the story. This is a different story y'all getting. We're giving y'all the truth. And you can feel it and research it for yourself. So now Jacob is a reenactment of Adam. Because Adam's nature changed when he got this wisdom. Jacob's nature changed when one of the 70 angels came down and tapped him on his hip and said, check this out. Don't you war against the Most High. He submitted. Matter of fact, he submitted. So that day Jacob became a Muslim. Really, that was the day Jacob became a Muslim. When he broke down, submitted, and said, "Don't you leave me. Tell me some more about Allah." And the angel was like, "Man, I didn't did my part. How we know? Because it says here. Where my glasses at? Where's it at? Oh, I gotta sing out the thing. I'm gonna more knowledge. Jacob's real trouble. Warring against God. God's word. No, Allah's word. I'm sending it to y'all right now. No, his warring against his will. Send that to you right now. And we dare you to do the comparison. I'm sending it right now. Look at the comparison of what he did to them people. Look, he made a covenant with Noah. All right. Noah told his 3 sons. Now, out of his 3 sons, some motherfucker decided that they wanted to war against God. It just so happened that he was quote unquote, what y'all call, black, Nubian, Cushite, Kemet, the birth of civilization. So you are the first ones, black man and black woman, black culture, to create an ideology to fight against the creator of all things. That's a historical fact. So we figure we'll shine some light on this black and dark culture. In Kush, in Africa, in Egypt, in this beautiful place that's called the Black Land, called Black Kemet, it is written, and there is science and archaeological facts, movies and cartoons, and religious material and pictures of the dog or the Dagon and the monkey and the lizard people coming through you. And you was making gods of your own likeness and your own kind. Until you got a perfect being like you, but not like you, called the pale skin, he made his own self God. And this is where you get your Yakub story, where you fucked up at. Your creation became your master. If you don't believe me, brothers and sisters, check out our Frankenstein. Look at Frankenstein. The black man made a Frankenstein, got him all these body parts, gave him all this information piece by piece. He came back, and now Frankenstein he don't want to die no more. Now he's here ruling the planet, destroying you now. Didn't that Frankenstein come to destroy his maker? Yeah, Frankenstein is coming to destroy the black man. That's the whole means to the end. I thought y'all didn't know that? Dr. Yakub fans and black history people and all that. Your creation is coming to destroy you. Just like when China made that fake sun, that creation is coming to destroy them. Watch Frankenstein the movie again. Now, if this ain't some Frankenstein shit, I don't know what it is. Check it out. Let me read it to you again. So what happens? Real shit. What happens? Who did this? Who did this? Okay? Who did this? And Nimrod, the first king of Africa, or the first king of the world, or the first king of linguistics and all these things, Nimrod, the great warrior, right? the black man, the seed of Ham or Kemet or Cush or Nubia, they said, all the princes of Nimrod and his great men took counsel together. This is Phut, Iran, Iraq, Mizraim, Cush, Mizraim, Egypt, the Nile River, upper and lower Nile River, Cush, which is Nubia, Ethiopia, Canaan, which is there where, quote unquote, the New Jerusalem is, Israel is at, over there where the Kabbalah is at, over in the Mecca area. Let us build ourselves a city, and in it a strong tower, and its top reaching heaven, and we will make ourselves famed. So it gives you a new ideology on Jacob's trouble. The Lord all the days of his life and all the generations forgot the Lord and served other gods of wood, stone, and rebelled all their days. Did not Israel do the exact same thing as Babylon? And back then, Moses said, leave Babylon. And today, Babylon still exists from the time of Nimrod in the mind and the soul till this very moment. Talk about Jacob's troubles, man. If that was, that's like I said, can you imagine when Dr. King did all this, come to find out this is what he died for? So when you say, when you call them back on the ancestors, there's some ancestors you might not want to really talk to be honest with you, whether they was worshiping something false or not. It's the fact that you're not what you were supposed to be. You're not practicing you either get busy fighting against God or fighting with the Most High. There is no in between. Sons and daughters of Jacob. I'm not going to even call you Israelites anymore. No wonder the world don't get mad at you and they laugh at you when they call yourself Israelites. You're admitting that you're from this Tower of Babel. You're admitting that you're a Hamite. You're admitting that you're an Egyptian. You're admitting that all this Canaanite and Moab and stuff that you say that you hate in the scriptures, you've already admit by saying that you're an Israelite. He said, what you mean? He says that he's gonna redeem Israel. He's only going to redeem the parts of Jacob, the parts of the covenant that is in his children, Jacob's children, and bring them out. But you Israelites, not the Jacob ones, not the Josephite ones, not the Reuben, the Levi ones. But then again, each tribe, that's why he says you're going to have 12,000 out of each tribe. That's why now. Now we know why. Brothers and sisters, now we know why. We know why there's only 12,000 or 12 out of the whole each tribe of Israel. Because Israel is not coming. Let me read it to you again. It's in Book of Jasher. Read it, chapter 9, verse 15, all the way to 20 to 33. It tells you the beginning of Jacob's troubles. Jacob's trouble is his children falling back into the Babylonian mind state, the Babylonian delusion of worshiping the sun, moon, and stars, or doing the sinner's prayer. You know, Jesus got the sun disk. Y'all know this, whether you call it Shemiaka, whatever you change it to, you know that that's a sun disk. You know that. You know that. For your Judaisms, with the star, with that star, you know you're not supposed to worship stars. You know that's not supposed to be. You know this already. For you Muslims who use the moon, you know that's an abomination. You know this. And this is the troubles of Jacob. This is the troubles of Abraham. That his children, Ishmael, the 12, the 12, that shall rule this season over here, and other 12 that shall rule this season. But when they're together in harmony with the Most High, they rule day and night. With Yahweh watching over them with the 70 angels prepared to do war on our behalf. Or they say 48 names for the Most High. Okay, 4 and 8 is 12. How many 12 makes 72? 71 or 70. Nonetheless, it said that 70 angels came to the Tower of Babel and changed the language. So Egypt, Africa this, and America that, Native Indian this, the indigenous man this, Atlantis that, this supposed to be the first. It don't make a difference. At one time, you all had one language. Now you don't know what each other is saying, and you're creating wars and machines that are destructive. And y'all linked up together by creating the World Wide Web, which is now we're back to one language, internet, interconnection. So the same language, computer language, English, which is made up of what? All the languages that were scattered. That's why y'all play it up by saying English is a bastard language. Actually, English is an ancient Babylonian language. That's how they spoke one language. Think about it. Babylonia. English. English and Babylonian is the only two languages on the planet that has the cultivation of every language on the planet. And these words have so many meanings, you can't tie it down. So there's hidden in codes with pictograms. But I gotta read this again. You gotta read this again. Let's see. Let me go back to the internet part. Let's find this again. What chapter in the book of Jasher do they war with God? Trying to find the book. Which chapter in the book of Jasher do they walk with God? Not walk. Yeah, chapter 9, verse 25. All right. Now, chapter 11. Now, chapter 9 to chapter 11 tells you about the disobedience of the Fertile Crescent. The Fertile Crescent, along with Nubia, Fertile Crescent along with Egypt, the Fertile Crescent along with Canaan, the Fertile Crescent along with Iran, the Fertile Crescent along with all those things. Y'all call it the first language of the world. That language was spoken against creation. Book of Jasher, chapter 9, verse 15 down to 33. Now, understand the punishment and who in their mind decided to war against God. Now, that same building, which is a computer or box or house of information, is the exact same building like this cell phone. The same building is building a what? An algorithm for what? A purpose to do what? Steal the energy and the minds and the information from the souls of men to find a better way to war against God. And what better way to war against God is to use his creation. And that is man and woman. So through this creation, we can see that with this one language, English or computer, selfies, social media. So this is a psychology program going on. This is a psycho scenarios happening every day. And it said that these people were turned into apes. These people were turned into bestiality. So when Facebook gets mad at me or somebody get mad at me and I show you a pale-skinned man or a pale-skinned woman together having sex with a dog, a ape, a horse, whatever, why are you upset? Why are you surprised? Why are you, oh my? That should be like second nature to seeing a black man kill another black man. That should be second nature as you seeing a white cop killing a black man or injustice. There is so much of nature being uh, 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 abused by these people who are warned against the nature of the Most High, meaning Mother Earth's nature. Her trees, fake food, fake water, fake atmosphere, fake sun now. Now they're making a fake moon. They got fake stars. Now you got people thinking they're the son of God. You got people thinking they're the moon of God. Now they got people thinking they're the star of God. You got people thinking they're the sun, moon, and stars in entertainment business. I'm a star, so I'm gonna go to Hollywood and put my name on the Walk of Stars. How egotistical that you proclaimed yourself to be a star, let alone a moon or a god or a sun or a goddess, like as if the original sun, moon, and stars are not perfect enough. That so much that you want to be one, or you want to create one, or you want to bow down and worship one, and say, "Yeah, I know this star. Who's your favorite star? Oh, I don't want to say their names, but you know who your people's favorite stars is." And so now it gives a new scenario to what it means to wish upon a fallen star. Where did that come from? Because it has some significance to it. Mind you, the book is called Book of Jasher, chapter 9, right? And then go to uh I thought I posted this already. I already did. I thought I posted this already. Let me see if I can get back to it. So I get back to it. I know I posted it. Well, something it got stuck somehow. Facebook stuck. It got stuck. Um, Matter of fact, let me see if I can shoot y'all the scripture itself. If you simplify, no, just get on out the way. Read the whole chapter, brothers and sisters. Please read the whole chapter, and then ask Google about Israel going to captivity, going into being scattered across the world. Nobody's teaching this now. I'm typing this in here for Jasher chapter 9, why Israel got scattered. And will not return, comma, only a remnant, only a few. That's why. This is the real reason. Book of Jasher chapter 9, we're shooting it right now. Shoot it, boom, done, shot it. So now you understand the premises behind this video. But now after you read that, now you have to go back to this. Ancient Israel was scattered throughout the earth because the people rejected God's covenant. Why did these Cushites, why did these black people, remember Kemet, we're gods and kings. Right. Okay. We created civilization. Okay. We are the first to do everything. Okay. Moors, we're the first scientists. Okay. Islam, we got the old time religion. Okay. Christianity, we got Jesus. Da da da. Okay. Jews, we got the Star of David. Da da da. Okay. Okay. Anybody else want to chime in on who else? What y'all got? But according to ancient writings about Abraham, who you came out your mouth, we didn't choke you and say, hey, who the first religious nigga? Huh? Huh? Nobody did that. Nobody did this for the gun to your head. Say, who? Y'all came out willingly and told the world and the public that Abraham was the father of your religion. But what they said during the father of your religion, they said Abraham stayed in the house of Noah. Shem stayed in the house of Noah. So that means Shem, Noah, and Abraham was chilling, blowing on that dank, saying these niggas is crazy. If they had TikTok, I'm quite sure they'd be making videos, and Facebook, they'd be doing the same thing we doing. These niggas is crazy. Because it clearly says that when Abraham was watching, they all turned their backs on the Lord. Yallah. They all went to worship the sun, moon, and the stars, created Islam, created Christianity, created their own religion called sinners. That's where the word sinner come from. It's a Babylonian word for worshiping sun, moon, and stars. That is the birth and the root of a sinner's prayer. And all of you are guilty. All of them. I was. But those that don't want to look at that and admit that, you're guilty. I was guilty. I admitted it. I got the research. I got the spiritual conviction. I'm cool now. For my own soul. We're sharing this to preserve my own soul. So we're sharing it with you. So I'm not going to die with this information. We could have just gave it out to you. So now, hear it again. Look at what he say. Abraham, right, said that the days of Noah and his days, that the African American, quote unquote, hated God. And it named, we found out, and it named the people. Let's name the people again. Matter of fact, let's try this. Who is modern shit? I can't say
According
that.
to Wikipedia.
Where's modern foot? No, I know what. Better than this. I'm gonna type it in. Modern foot. P-H-U-T. Modern P-H-U-T. Modern day foot in the Bible, or and what you call it. It's Libya. Libya is called Africa. So Libya, that was you. Mitzrayim, modern day Mitzrayim. M-I-T-Z. Modern Mitzrayim. Mitzrayim. I think I spelled it wrong. Let me find it. All right, let me see. What is Egypt's name? And it's shit. That's not what I'm trying to say.
According to Tour Egypt, today, its official name is Junharaya Misr al Arabia, which in English means the Arab Republic of Egypt.
Okay, so we have that Misrael, right? So it still has the connotation of the Mitzrayim, Misr, M-I-S-R. We're trying to find the ancient before it was called Egypt. I know what. What is Egypt's name according to Moses' time? Mizraim. Mizraim is the Hebrew and Arabic name for the land of Egypt. So that means black man, Libya, Egypt. What did you do? Let's go into the scripture. Let's go into Jasher and to Egypt and to, hold up. Was not Moses in Egypt? Yeah. Was not Israel in Egypt? Yeah. Why ain't we supposed to be kin folks? Yeah. Did the Most High scatter Mizraim, Egypt, Libya, Muammar Gaddafi, black man, Nubia, to all four corners of the planet? Why? Because you did what? And building the tower unto them is transgression of sin. They began to build in it, and was they were building against the Lord God of heaven. And they imagined their hearts to war against him and to ascend into heaven. Welcome to Black Lives Matter, Black reality. You know why God don't want to hear your prayers? That's why. That's why. That's why you got it too hard. Israel, black America, African America, black woman, black man. You didn't know the history of your ancestors? Damn, I should have said that, huh? That goddamn Omar HOSEA, he always saying some shit out of his fucking mouth. Make somebody go think about some shit. Man, we keep letting him talk, man. We're going to have to rewrite our whole train of thought. I know, say, don't blame it on me. I'm just a messenger. But ask the Most High. I told you, he gave me a scroll to swallow. And I'm just giving you divine inspiration. Not because I felt like it or whatever. But this is what's going on. This is what's going on, man. This is going on. He said, I'll inspire my chosen ones. They'll bring good tidings and good news and free the captives. So if this don't free you, Hebrew Muslims, out of being Hebrew Israelite, you can't be a Hebrew Israelite and a Muslim, a Hebrew Muslim. You can't. You can't do that. You can't want to war against God. You can't put anything before the Most High Yah. No Jesus, no prophet, no nothing. You can't do it. Abraham didn't put Noah before God. Shem didn't put Abraham before Noah. It's in the book of Jasher right here. It's in the books. It's in the books. I gotta fix my weed. Dip up real quick. Hold on, folks. Cause this shit, man, is trying, man. Well, shit. You ain't smoking some weed, having a sip that, like, to sort these things out that you know what's going on. You know something ain't right, but you just can't pinpoint this shit. And you read it somewhere, but you don't want to admit it was in the scriptures. But because you read the scriptures in a different light, the scriptures might tell on you. The Quran will tell on you if you shirk. In other words, Satan's religion will tell on you. It will expose you for the opposite of what you're looking for. Oh, snap. Where's the fire at? Okay. Hold on, folks. Yeah. So, this one killer too. Your books will expose you, man. So this is exposure right here. And when I read this, it judged me. First of all, I was being judged myself. When I read this. Like, if you really read it from verse, just read the whole chapter, for real. If you serious about making a connection between your ancestors, and now if you really want to get to know your ancestors, anywhere on the planet that they've been, because like it says, so let me read it again in case folks get amnesia. And all the families assembled, not half the families, all the families, 600,000. All right. And they went to seek an extensive piece of ground. All right. They found none like one valley at the east of the land of Shinar. About 2 days' journey walk, and they journeyed there, and they dwelt there. So, what is 2 days journey east of the land of Shinar. There's your truth. There's your resource. Research everything in and around the land of Shinar, in any language, in any religion, in any contemporary science. And it says this, verse 25, 24. And the building of the tower was unto them a transgression. So the purpose of going to another city, right, to make Babylon, right, to build this tower, they're making it for the purpose of transgressing nature. Everything the Most High has already put in place, they're working against that. That gives a new definition of who's your family member. It gives a new definition about relationship, or who you want in your ship, or which relative to you. Listen to this relationship. And who's the captain of the relationship? And which sea of thought are they floating in or traveling in? And what cargo is they bringing to life and to the banks of our mind? Transgression and its sin. And so they began to build it whilst they were building against Yahweh. So that means this is before the Bible. This is before the Quran. This is Noah, Shem, and Abraham. 3 witnesses that all of you claim to love and follow behind and like their literature, and you like the information from their children and those that the Most have picked from their bloodline and from their genetic code. Y'all call crazy and want to kill them. Because at the foot of the mountain, y'all say, we don't want to go up there and hear the Most High's truth. We want to sit at the mountain. Let that nigga, let him go up there and tell us what God's going to say. And then when he come down, we're going to act like we're listening and then kill his ass. And wait for the next nigga to try to climb up that mountain. I.e. crabs in a basket. That is black culture. A so-called black man or black woman better not try to climb to the top of the mountain and try to grab to the true Son of Most High. How long you going to be there? How long you going to be there? Let a real child of the Most High come out of the midst of all of any of you and proclaim the actual truth. Y'all will smother and kill him like that. And because the Most High is the creator of life, you don't kill him, he don't die. It just causes more wrath on you. Some of y'all see this is like stuff that's not taught to you. Every time you kill a messenger of the Most High, it brings more wrath on black people. And it's heavy. It's like the weight of the world. You know, don't it feel like don't it seem like that you got to work that much harder just to get a piece of bread? Some of y'all have it has to dawn on one of you or some of you in your religion and in your cultures and in your teachings that it's getting harder and harder to teach this shit. I don't know if y'all thought about that. That's the Most High pressing people. You're pressing the truth. It's getting heavy, and they trying to hold up that lie like this thing. They trying to play Hercules. You know what I mean? Think they're Hercules and stuff, but watching too many goddamn movies and cartoons. Then you can get muscles and eat fruits and stuff to hold that weight. Most I say he's gonna press you and shake the truth out your ass and make you an example for why you not use this truth. Before you ask for the truth, it come, and now it's like, now it becomes this, I don't know. Sucks to be them, I guess. I've already prayed for the last video. So this video is extension to the other one that was Epiphany. because it struck the hell out of my soul. When you partake in the Tower of Babel, you're acknowledging and supporting the war against the Most High. So it's like I could be facing life in prison, right, for doing something honorable. It don't have to be nothing fucked up. Sometimes people die in prison for doing honorable stuff. Shit, I forgot the train of thought. Hold on, give me a minute. You go to prison for doing something honorable that you thought was honorable. Somebody taught you that this was an honorable way to die. You come to find out that what you thought was honorable was a transgression against the Most High Himself. That's messed up. Cause I can hear the cries of men who got multiple life sentences in my ears right now. I'm talking about how they miss their family, but when you was killing somebody else's family, you had fun. When you was selling dope to somebody else's mom, and da da da, so you can get that car, this and that. You was having fun. What did it say? I gotta read this again. It makes sense now. Why black culture and black history and why it's easy to kill our babies. It makes sense. The star of Molech and Lilith means lullaby. Senior nigga night night baby. Little B is a baby stealer, a baby killer. That's her children. That's their nature. And they don't have no emotion about that. Their emotion is on finance because now they can market that emotion. That's demonic as hell. And won't no real human being come up with that. That's how we know it's intelligent demonification. Demonification. I think I just made that up. Demonification. Demonification. Meaning the demon personified your fear and marketed it. That's our word, family. Demonification. So demonification. Yeah, we just made that up. That's demonification. To make war on God's children. What's the next one it showed? And it says this, right? And they built the tower was unto them. Transgression, I did that already. And all these people and families divided themselves into three parts. First, that they built a great city and very high and strong tower. On the account of its height, the mortar and bricks did not reach the builders in their action of it. Put my glasses on. My fault, fellas, ladies. Okay, let me see. Year after year, it got to it. Behold, these descended and others descended like Jesus. He ascended to heaven and he descended, right? Because he said this, and behold, these ascended and others descended the whole day. And if a brick should fall from their hands, it got broken, they would all weep over it. And if a man fell and died, none of them would look at him. So it gives a new definition to the Son of God or the Son of Babylon or China making the sun. When it falls, they cry, but if a man dies or fall, they don't think nothing of him. And he said that they ascended and descended. So Jesus ascended from the cross and descended down here to pick up a brick, probably. Sounds like a brick of dope or a brick of coke. Y'all know the motherfucking language. Don't act like y'all so motherfucking circle. You on the square language. I'm reading it out of Deuteronomy. It's nothing that I made up. We put in real life together the history of, Jacob's real troubles. Well, this was from, it says this, and the Most High Yah knew their thoughts, the black man's thoughts, right? The black God is thoughts, right? Y'all claim this, everything, y'all try to teach y'all children. Y'all got ISIS on your backs, you got the Ankh, you got the cross, you got the Jesus piece, you get the crescent, right? See my brother Sheikh. What's up, Sheikh? Shalom. We still, nonetheless, we still family, but we have to understand where our roots come from and make that change. Their thoughts, and it came to pass when they were building, when the black man was building, when the black woman was building, creating this language, creating the hieroglyphs, electricity, and, y'all nigga shit. You want to be famous. Remember? It said they did it to their fame. The black man, the Hamites, the Shemites, the once Afro-Asiatics, now African Americans, and the Africans in the black race of the planet. See how you digressed? How you ascended first, now you descend down to this and cry over what? Bricks, materials, not the man. Because it said none of them would look at him after he fell. And the Lord knew their thoughts, and it came to pass when they was building, they cast arrows towards the heavens. What do you cast towards the heaven of Most High in your mind? I did this. The letter I is like an arrow in Greek. And some other things. I shoot an arrow to him. I did this, God. I did this, Facebook. I did this, YouTube. I did this, Kim folks. Me, I did this. Pow! What you doing now? What you doing now, nigga? That's what happens. Black goddesses, pow! Now what you doing? Since you gods and goddesses, let's see if you're God of life, motherfucker. Let's see if you're Jesus, Muhammad, and your stars and shit. Raise your punk ass back. Because you're going to wish you was dead. So I'm going to leave that curse on you. So you'll wish you was dead. You wish you was dead so much that you're scared to face you and live like the dog and the ape and the elephant. That's what our ancestors did. We warred against God, and he said the arrows fell upon them filled with blood. And when they saw them, they said to each other, surely we have slain all those who are in heaven. Oh my goodness. Everybody who's thinking God, we have slayed them with blood. Egypt, Libya, North, Central Africa, Asia, America, Brazil. Remember, he scattered you all over the planet. And he scattered Israel, who did what? Forsook God's what? Covenant. So the black man forsake God's covenant. So within the black man, within the house of Shem, forsake God's covenant. Within the house of Japheth, and within the house of Noah, we have some unruly, disobedient grandchildren, huh? That sounds like a problem. Jacob's real trouble. So is there any seed that will stand up for Yah and his righteousness and his truth? Will it be one, Father? Will we find one group? This one will go to one man no more. There's one group. He said, well, I found one group. So yeah, I'll take 12 out of Israel, because we will find 12 of them. But they'll get new names in Revelations, though. Remember that? So they won't be called Israelites anymore. They will call the seed of Abraham, meaning what? Hebrew Muslims. What that mean? We crossed over from the bullshit of our ancestors of Babylon over to the light of the Most High. And we submit like who? Our father Noah, Shem, and Abraham. Muslim. Done. That's the fucking rules, man. It's the fucking rules. I don't even know why I start crying. Excuse me. I got emotional real quick. Pardon me. Because I can feel it. The fucking rules, man. I keep pushing these Bibles and shit. They keep telling you those are my brothers and sisters, or those who do the will of Allah. So stop calling that ancestor stuff, man. You killing us. Please, man, you killing it. You killing it. You killing this. You're pissing off the Most High. That's why he says, do not consult in witchcraft. Do not consult in sorcery. Do not consult in the dead. Don't. Fuck. That's why. You have no inkling what was in the hearts and the minds of your ancestors. You keep asking for fucking wisdom, this and this and that, when their wisdom is against the universal logic, God's creation. And because you're most part of Most High's creation, it's against you. Praise God. Another breath. Let's finish reading. That was heavy. Notice during this judgment, man, it didn't say nothing about you being able to enjoy life. It didn't say nothing about you not being able to have a nice car or a nice house or be productive. It said nothing about that. They wanted to make war against the Most High himself. And it started out in disobedience. Now check this out. Remember the angels, when they said God's coming back? This is how the Spirit of the Most High is coming back. All right? He's going to do it again. He did it with Abraham and Lot. He did it during this time here. This is nothing new. And the 70 angels has been coming and dropping signs on folks. You know, in the form of orbs. The Spirit in the book of Joel, that told you, pouring out the outpouring of the Spirit. Beginning before the New Testament, it said the Spirit of Elijah is coming. So let's see how we gonna know this. It's called the 7 bowls of anger and all these other bowls of Revelations. Yahweh said to the 70 angels who stood foremost before him, to those who were near to him. Notice that? God said to the 70 angels and who stood foremost before him, to those who were near to him, saying, come, let us descend and confuse their tongues, that one man shall not understand the language of his neighbor, and they did so unto them. He sent 70 angels. So there must have been 70 nations, 70 wise men, 70 books, 70 religions, 70 cults, 70 folks needed to be accounted for sending 70 angels. Now, you multiply 70 times 7 times 7 times 7, because of the curse of Cain, that would be a different project. But it says, and from that day following, they forgot each man's his neighbor's tongue, and they could not understand to speak in one tongue. So we made something different in another video about us talking to each other sideways. We don't understand that language. When somebody say, hey, Miss Lady, how you looking nice? Who you talking to? to understand that language of God. See, I had always shared already about me being assaulted for sharing good information and stuff, for being practicing these things. When you get assaulted for things that you know like this, they don't know spiritual language. They don't know the spiritual frequency. So you can't be kind and give your all your wholehearted hearts to these people. You just give them you can only give them the basics. In fact, sometimes the basic is just not saying nothing at all, which I find that kind of hard because I'm used to saying hello to folks and good day to you. You know, or you might say something to make me smile. A lot of times I might say hello, how you doing? I might be feeling so hot. A lot of times I'm not. But when I see somebody else smile, I'm like, all right, they cool. Fuck it, I'm gonna go ahead and be cool today too, and rock with that vibration. But a lot of people don't understand that type of lifestyle without feeling vulnerable or like somebody trying to take something. So let's write this next slide. So this hybrid human thing, when I share about the dogs and religion, when we mention that according to the Greek version and the black man version, Egypt too, that this Anubis dog or this ape, there's a ape god in Egypt. Matter of fact, because it says like apes, so we connect apes to Egypt, an ape god. The name of the ape god of Egypt.
Here is information from Wikipedia.
Okay, ape. What god is Babi? You see. We get Ai as a dog-headed ape, sacred Egypt. Look, check this out. Aani, right? As a dog-headed ape, sacred to Egyptian god Thoth. One of the Egyptian names called Canusissivilis baboon, which was sacred to the god Thoth. Word for baboon is in German style, translated and attested roughly 40 times in literature. Egyptian god manifests. All right. But they have a dog, ape. Let me see, ape god of Egypt. There was another one, Babi, I think, or Baba. Let's see if that was Baba, the ape. Yeah, there you go. Now you got Babi, Babi. All right, or Baba, or Ali Baba. Just mess with some words. Was the deification of Hamadryas baboon, one of the animals present in ancient Egypt. His name usually translated as bull of the baboons, roughly meaning chief of the baboons. You see where. Or you go and read it. It's in their mythology because it says this. We also ascended to heaven, serve our gods, became like apes and elephants. So let's find the elephant gods. What religion is elephant gods?
According to Britannica, Ganesha, also spelled Ganesh, also called Ganapati, elephant-headed Hindu god of beginnings, who is traditionally worshipped before any major enterprise and is the patron of intellectuals, bankers, scribes, and authors.
Okay, so now we have the ape religion. We have the elephant religion, Ganesh, Hindu, god of beginnings. We have the ape for Egypt, god of beginnings and wisdom. Now, let's read this again. And the Lord smote the three divisions that were here, or were there, and he punished them according to their works and designs. Those who said we will ascend to heaven and serve our gods became like apes and elephants. So they took that curse and made themselves gods. So this is Jacob's trouble. His children, his 13 sons, or the children of the sun itself, the 13 tribes of Adam, decided that they was going to wrestle with God's word, except for one did, Joseph. For lack of linguistics, they'll say Joseph, whatever, but if we just take the name out and just stick to the story, that this character is being relived again. And they try to cut the story in pieces by putting Jesus and making Muhammad the last prophet. Because now you cut the story short. You edit it. The story's been edited. Can't have that. Hit my medication. You edit it. You know what I mean? Now we know that. Next video is going to be about the cut and paste of HOSEA being cut out the Bible. That might come later on because this is the Sabbath. It's about to start. So now we got the apes. Let's find out what religion is apes. What is religion of apes? Let's see. What religion has an ape as a god? Okay. By how religion should they have here? What religion has apes or baboons as a god? I ain't say 8, I said 8. Okay. There you go. Everybody end that in just in a minute. Try to make a point here. Okay, so this ape, according to Egyptian, is the god of the moon. So there goes that sun, moon, and star worship. Same thing with, okay, matter of fact, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna hit that. Bang. Oh, this ain't gonna work. What religion has elephants as a god? I'm gonna shoot these.
Hindus. According to PBS, elephants are sacred animals to Hindus. It is the living incarnation of one of their most important gods.
Alright, let me see if I can get these 2 photos down and I'm gonna send them to y'all. So think about that. This is Jacob's real trouble. It's the black man and the black woman who's been cast out across the planet away from the seat of civilization. And it's been hidden. That's why it's going to be a new kingdom, new names, new language, new everything. And out of the sea of people on the planet, when the destruction comes, whether China drops one of his fake suns on the planet, or America fucks up and drop a fake moon on the planet, or somebody drop a fucked up star or something, which you know is going to happen. That's what happens when you're greedy, or you get your freak on trying to create some shit and put the wrong chemical together and say, oops, my bad. How many people was that murdered? 3 million? Oh, well, fuck it. We wanted 5 billion. We'll print more money and pay them. Fuck it. That's their attitude. God, that's God's problem. That's the lingo. So we just want to touch bases on that part. Is that these black people, all right, Kemet, Egypt, Black America, and everybody that told you about, the reason why is because you go against God. They knew it. They know why. That's why they taking over Egypt. Because that's not their God. It's not their place on earth, and so they can do what they want. But you, so-called black man and black woman, because you choose to live like your ancestors, worshiping sun, moon, and stars, and animals, and bestiality, and the ego and the self, and you forgot about the Most High, the Creator Himself, and you put up all these gods, and all these jewelry, and all this and that, and all these religions misleading the people, knowing or unknowingly. Now we have it in writing, in history, that what we share with you guys is historical fact, and there's been a lot of relics found, and you can see it today. Until next time, this is Kinfo Moses saying peace. Look out for each other, seek the Most High's face. Stop inquiring about ancestors. Book of Jasher, chapter 9. Check it out. And then go through the scriptures and rethink some things. Say, oh, you know what? Wow. And then go read the Bible. Why Shem was chosen out of Japheth and Ham. And why certain children of Shem and certain children out of Ham and certain children out of Japheth will come to Noah with Abraham. That's why you have the 12 tents and the 12 tribes that governs every day. Father, we ask you that you will bless this video, protect us as we go to and from our destinations. We ask that you will guide us and confirm these things. We ask you give us the picture, give us the strength to act on these things. By the power of the Spirit, come to the power before we say thank you. Peace, God.